The Out There channel, Robert and Paul.
Please sub and share.
Searching for the truth. UFOs, aliens, greys and ufology. Real images, real stories, real videos, real cases, researched and investigated by professionals in the field and cutting-edge discoveries. Multiple witnesses, abduction accounts brought to you by Team The Out There channel. Good to be back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Action.
Hello. It's a late night. I don't expect anyone to be around unless you're in UK and not working, of course, unless you're on your tea break or lunch hour. I've been exhausted all this week. I'm not sure what's going on with my health, but I've got extreme fatigue. And today I slept 20 hours. Unheard of. It's almost at cat level. I'll be up all night now probably. So yeah, late night chat. And I'll just post a few links here in the side chat and we'll go from there. Yeah, I wish I was feeling a bit better. Pin. Did I go to the top? Oh, that one there. It did work. Hey. So when you're tired you make mistakes, you see. You probably know that if you've ever done shift work. I've done plenty in my life and graveyard shifts. Rotating shifts are the worst, where you go morning, early morning, then evening, then graveyard. Well, afternoon actually, in between. Morning, afternoon, evening, then graveyard. Crazy shifts. I used to work in Australia. Glad I'm not doing that anymore. Fixing computer faults over the phone. So many stupid people used to get. Have you checked to see if it's got power going to it? Check to see if it's plugged in. Oh no. Looks under the table. Cleaner had pulled it out, of course. Okay, good luck. Good, see you later. Oh dear. I've forgotten my password. Can you reset it? That's one of the common ones. That would be like 50% right there. Yes, so looks like not too many people around. There used to be a series I used to read when I was a IT administrator, Bastard Operator from Hell. Because back in those days they used to have mainframes and terminals. And punch cards and reel-to-reels stored data and these huge disk drives. You can't imagine how heavy they were. It was like lifting up weights. had all these big chimeric magnetized coated discs, and they cost a fortune. And yeah, the bosses are not very happy when someone goes and sticks labels on the wrong part of the drive and catches it on fire. It wasn't me, it was a girl operator that did it. Yes, like all the stories in the past. You don't know how easy you got it now with laptops and tablets. Anyway, I've got a few things to look over here. First one I saw was this one here. Dome triangle UFOs. Red Rock Cavern, Nevada. So as soon as I read that, I realised we're dealing with Mr. Red Flag himself, the UFOs over Vegas guy. What's his name? Steven Barone. Keeps putting up helicopters, planes as UFOs, claiming they're off in the distance over the mountain ranges in Nellis Air Force bases, Area 51 direction. So yeah, let's have a look at this silly video, and I'll point out all the red flags on it and tell you why it's not actually what we're seeing. I really hate this channel. It's trying to be like a movie.
What you're looking at right now are a pair of what appear to be triangles flying out of Red Rock Canyon and into the Las Vegas Valley. What's even more strange about them is they look like they have little tiny domes on them. So for lack of a better description, they're kind of like a fried egg would look like, except having the white part of the egg be triangular. So anyway, you guys enjoy this. This is amazing, and I don't care if it's old. This kind of stuff never gets old.
Okay, did you spot all the red flags? Enhancement. Yeah, let's just go through it. And does it look like a domed triangle to you? Wow. Wow, man. So where do we begin with this one? So it's obviously filmed in night vision. Whether it's artificial green, I don't know, but he has a black and white mode there, so obviously he either converts it either way, black and white into green or green into black and white through editing software. So it's been messed around with as the one red flag. It's not straight out the camera. The other red flag is obviously it's been slowed down. It's not played at its normal speed originally, which is pretty bad, and it looks like it's a copy of a copy of a copy, which is another red flag. And we don't see where the lights go, so why doesn't he angle around? Why is it only such a short clip? Don't see where they come, don't see where they go. And is it really another? Is it two of them, or is it one just a reflection?
What appear to be triangles flying out of Red Rock Canyon and into the Las Vegas Valley. What's even more strange about them is they look like they have little tiny domes on them. So for lack of a better description, they're kind of like a fried egg would look like, except having the white part of the egg be...
Yeah, so where's the second one? Why don't they focus on the second one?
Triangular. So anyway, you guys enjoy this. This is amazing.
Unfortunately, we get that back. Shows up, don't we? I think the other one's a shadow on the ground to start with.
And
this one going along here. So it's cut
I
again.
don't care if it's old. This kind of stuff never gets old.
So they're recycling old stuff, right? No extra information or further analysis. Yeah, so this is on an angle. Now, is that a spotlight going down? Seems to move together, doesn't it? Which means they're sort of connected. So I don't know if it's a car, maybe travelling along. But we're not. That's the other red flag, is that we're not getting any audio, original audio.
What you're looking at right now are a pair of what appear to be triangles flying out of Red Rock Canyon and into the Las Vegas Valley. What's even more strange about them is they look like they have little tiny domes on them. So for lack of a better description, they're kind
Yes, where's the other one?
of like a fried egg would look like, except having the white part of
Shadow.
the egg be triangular.
Or a car. Follow
So
it.
anyway, you guys enjoy this. This is amazing. And
There's
I
like a
don't care if
spotlight
it's
going
old.
down this direction.
This kind of stuff never gets old.
I think I can see a spotlight being.
Tiny domes
So
on
what
them.
tends to have spotlight
So
beams?
for lack of a better description,
Helicopters.
they're kind of like a fried egg would look like, except having the
I think we get a
white part of
clue
the
in the
egg
last
be
bit where it plays
triangular.
almost. Here it goes.
So anyway, you guys enjoy
This one plays at almost
this
at
is
its normal
amazing.
speeds, but it's not.
And I don't care if it's old.
Okay, it
This
could
kind
be a
of stuff never
helicopter
gets
with
old.
some payload dangling from it. See how it's rotating?
Fried egg would look like.
I think it's a
except
helicopter
strange about them is
with a
they
payload
look like
now.
they have little tiny domes on them. So for lack of a
And
better
what has domes? Helicopters, especially police
description, they're
helicopters,
kind of like
or search and rescue
a
helicopter.
fried egg would look like, except
And we're hearing boom,
having
boom, boom,
the
boom, boom, boom,
white
boom, boom,
part
boom.
of
No,
the
no,
egg
because the
be
audio's been
triangular.
dropped.
So anyway, you guys enjoy this. This is amazing.
I reckon it's a
I
short
don't care
search
if
and
it's
rescue
old.
helicopter, and we're
This kind of
seeing the
stuff
tail
never gets
end of it
old.
here. It's flying sideways with the tail looking at us.
Red Rock Canyon
Just keep
and
watching
into
it.
the Las Vegas Valley. What's
This
even
is where you
more
look for
strange about them
signatures.
is they look like they have little tiny domes on them. So for lack of a better description, they're kind of like a fried egg would look like, except having the white part of the egg be
Now these guys talk
triangular.
utter crap, don't they?
So anyway, you guys enjoy this. This is amazing. And
It's
I
a
don't care if
damn
it's
helicopter.
old. This kind of stuff never.
In fact, you will say, why can't we see any blinking lights? Well, it's on night vision. And it's also monochrome, not multicolour. And what happens when you start mucking around with the speed of videos, you don't see the regular flashing because it's been edited, right? So this is deceptive.
Never gets old.
So I believe it's a helicopter, and I'll just draw a picture of what I think is going on. And we'll do some enhancements on it. Now, I've probably covered this one before, said the same thing. Well, maybe not said the same thing. I might have said it might have been an RC toy, like a drone as well. But looking at it now, it looks like a helicopter. So helicopters generally have a dome part, right? Something like that. Which is what we're seeing in the video, sort of. We're seeing a bright circular part of it, but then we're seeing the blurry bits, and the blurry bits is where we don't see the rest of the helicopter, which generally ends up being the tail, right? But they do have a triangle shape to it, so if it's illuminating the rest of it here, and it has little landing gear comes down too, and you got the rotor you don't see because it's pretty bad footage. Alright, so I think the tail's aimed more towards our way, and it's lit up by a spotlight at the front here. Some kind. You need a circle for that one, but anyway. And the payload is sort of not quite straight down, it's on a slight angle. It's got some payload, looks like a stretcher maybe with a person in it. And it's got some heat signature coming off it, right? Some light coming off it, so it could be a person on a suspended thing with a person hooked onto the wire at the same time with them, you know, hanging off the side. So let's go back. No, it's not that big, but you'll see. So I think what we're seeing is we're seeing the helicopter sideways, like that. And the tail's mostly coming this way as it's sort of towing the payload. And have a look at it again.
Now are a pair of what appear to be triangles.
See the angle?
Flying out of Red Rock Canyon and into the Las Vegas Valley. What's even more strange about them is they look like they have little tiny domes on them. So for lack of a better description, they're kind of like a fried egg would look like, except having the white part of the egg be triangular. So anyway, you guys enjoy this. This is amazing, and I don't care if it's old. This kind of stuff never gets old.
And that's rotated around again. It's on a sort of swivel.
And I don't care if it's old. So anyway, you guys enjoy this.
So there's a good one off the
amazing.
helicopter.
And
Out there, you can see the tail coming up this way. So grab that one. And this is why you use apps, guys. It would have been on the flight radar or plane finder. Straight away, it would have debunked it. But sky watchers, especially UFO ones, don't want to follow the rules. They'd rather say it, and if they send it to MUFON will have to look that up at the hard way on the flight rate tracking software. We got no date or time on it, you notice, but we got limited time that you can access the flight radar data, unfortunately. But makes you wonder if the police have access to the whole database as well as investigating the crime. Alright, so let's plug it in. Didn't I cut and paste it? Or did I save it? Why haven't I got it? Did I do wrong? Try again. I thought I did save it. Damn. Maybe I didn't. What's going on here? Crazy. Anyway, switch this time. Okay, let's open it. Hey Mike, you can't blame not in your time zone, Mike King, because this is now at probably 10 AM in your morning. So what are we looking at here, guys? See a triangle? No, but you're seeing what I drew with a helicopter though, can't you? It's a pear shape, just like a helicopter. And as I said, this guy is well known for night vision cameras where you don't see the flashing lights because he mucks around with it. Helicopters don't really have that much light on it. They have spotlights and have the tail blinking lights. But if that tail's turned around towards us, it's going to merge in with the biggest light source there, which is the big round circle of the lights on it. So we're not going to see the blinking light on a helicopter. Okay, so this try mucking around with the colour swap thing. Yeah, where can I see it? Pushing the wrong things today. Yeah, we just muck around with the brightness, of course. Blah blah blah. Doesn't really do much. I'm going to start putting it through some filters. So there, doesn't look much like a triangle. It looks like a helicopter with the tail rotor there, but it's turned away from us. Hey, we got blue chicken. We need to do the blue chicken dance. Blue chicken on the side here. And I just realised I haven't turned down the speakers so we get an echo. Okay, I need to do this kung fu. There we go, turned in the speakers. Red alert, red alert. Blue chicken's in the house. Alright, so I should have done one with Shelley Morrison. God, she's one crazy woman. Alright, so on with the show again. There you go, blue chicken. Blue chicken is here. Yeah, I just wonder where everybody else is though. He likes the chicken. Yeah, it's only a quick job. Anyway, so yeah, I think it's a helicopter still. The only other possibility I would put with that video would be maybe a balloon, LED balloon, with a string coming down connected to another one below it. But to me, it looks like a helicopter turning around, police type helicopter, search and rescue helicopter, turning around. You can see it's changing direction and the angle of the payload, right? Seems to be moving it. There's another one there. It would be good if we could see a cable between. But unless the cable's hot, we're not going to see it. But to me, it looks like a helicopter of some sort. Looks like it's going around there, right? Yeah, I'm not too well. It's good that you're okay though. I got extreme fatigue for some reason, which normally means that my body's fighting something. I've had these lumps appear on my body with oozing fluids, so normally that's lymph nodes with infection. I think it's to do with my pills that I take that lower my immune system. So then the infection takes hold. So it looks like a helicopter coming down this way to me. I'll just draw it in a little series of lines. And the tail fin going off that way. Right. And there looks like maybe a cabin where the person sits. Seems like a blackish area right there. So that means the cable was coming down on an angle like that there, wasn't it? Let's have a look. We can't quite see it, can we? Oh yeah, there we go. So it's on a slight angle there. I still reckon it's a search and rescue helicopter with a...
And I don't care if it's old. This kind of stuff never...
a tray.
It's old.
Or a person in it. That sort of thing, rather than two balloons joined together. Kind of looks like a stretcher, doesn't it? He's saying they both look like eggs with domes, but there it definitely doesn't. So it's amazing what picture they can paint into your head, make you believe, right? Normally I'm pretty good with the old pattern matching. So the angle of the cable wouldn't be that much. It'd be more on that angle there, I think. But yeah, I can't see anything on that one. Not that level anyway, quality. Double filter. Even shows a little tail bit coming off even more now. But we don't see any cable. Pretty crappy video though. So there we go. Well, if it's overexposure, because that's what night vision does, tends to overexpose.
You guys enjoy this? This is amazing, and I don't care if it's old. This kind of stuff
Yes,
never
you
gets
can
old.
see the helicopter rotating. It looks like it's trying to gain slight altitude there. So this is their dome. Dome in a triangle, how stupid. Wow, helicopter. So this is again, guess who? UFOman. Alright, so he's all about money. Like I said, I pointed out all the red flags here. We don't see where it goes, we don't see where it comes from. But sometimes you don't see where it comes from and it starts recording. And then, but most people will follow it around to the end, right, until it lights no more. We don't hear any background audio. You keep the background audio if it's there. As you know, with my camera, you can turn that off because you get all sorts of wind noises and the camera rotation noises added in. But it depends how you want to do it, I guess. No harm in recording the audio because you can always mute it if it's pretty bad, but at least it's something you can analyze if you need to. Red Rock Canyon. Nice video. Damn. That's the Jetsons. So we haven't really got any feet black there. So I'm glad to have you back. You always show the best clips. You sucker, David. We got to get answers soon. Well, I've just given you one helicopter. The guy's a fraud. Always will be a fraud. Because he's got it off. Does he say Steve Barone, or does he leave it out? Steve Barone, there you go. Steve Barone, the guy that films helicopters and planes coming into Nevada airport. As you know, there's a lot of police helicopters flying around Nevada with all the casinos and crime and drugs there and fights and booze heads. So yeah, we might come back to more to him. I guess we did him last time though, didn't we? There's Steve Barone. You may know him. Interview with a ufologist. Interview with a fraudster, Steve Barone from UFOs over Vegas. Why do they fake things? Because they make good money out of it. What's his channel now got? I wonder. They keep gaining subs despite people like me putting out information there. And Michael Horn, another fraud. Steve Bassett, he's gone downhill. He's lost his mind. And Kevin Randall, God knows why he's on there. But he should do better checking out who he goes on because he ruins his reputation otherwise. There you go, another Steve Barone one. Multiple UFOs filmed over Las Vegas. Okay, so let's have a look. He does film balloons sometimes.
I saved this photo from MUFON. It was a report from, I don't know, a few years ago. But there were two photos that were with this one as well. One of them
So you didn't take this one. This is a MUFON one of someone else taking it.
was just the scenery, and the other one had this in it.
Yeah, so that's obviously long exposure or something moving through the sky. And it's overexposed, right? So you get a white blob.
This is pretty amazing. I mean, you can see this motion of this disc.
So is it a disc? Almost looks like the front of a plane there, doesn't it? There's the windows. Stretched out, but it could be a bird even, you know. Can't see the wings. Yeah, we'll just keep on going with it.
East, pretty high up in the sky, at first thinking this was an airplane, but the closer I looked, the more I realized that it was just a perfectly tubular shaped object.
Perfectly tubular. No, that looks like a plane.
A white object. No wings, no tail fin, none of that kind of stuff, no contrails.
Still the same thing. Oh.
This one was only about 3 to 4 miles
Yeah, so we know there's airports behind all these damn volcanoes.
away above La Madre Mountain, in front of my home. I know it sounds weird, in front of my home, because the front of my home faces those mountains. But anyway, this one is pretty cool as well. Once again,
there's the airport that he often films over. So here's a plane coming into the airport, right? And he's trying to take a UFO over a busy Las Vegas airport.
this is another photograph that I did not see the object while I was shooting photos. You know, I have a number of newer cameras now, but got this dark object again, very similar to one that I caught recently over near downtown Summerlin.
So again, that could be a helicopter that we just seen the front of it coming towards us. Like I said, they have a lot of police helicopters. Also, it could be something that's closer to the camera than the airport in the background there. So, that's the best we're going to get. Could be a bunch of balloons, of course. Looks like a Moloch close. It just looks like a blob, you know. Photographs don't do anything for me. You gotta have a video and a photograph of the object. That's best to get. Have you heard of asymmetric propulsion? Well, I've heard of all sorts of strange names for propulsion. Meta-propulsion is the latest fad. Ion propulsion. Asymmetric one I haven't heard of, but so we could look it up, I suppose.
Photo after it is going to be this. It looks like it's either a crow or some sort of raven. I guess they're both pretty much almost the same thing.
Don't know about that. Looks like a eagle or hawk. The wing shape. So what's he going to say about that one?
But anyway, this is definitely not similar to the black dot in the last clip.
Yep.
Here's another example of an airplane flying.
Which means it's a balloon or a bunch of balloons.
Over, and I'm trying to shoot this thing with my Nikon P900, just trying to see what kind of clear photograph I can get, and I caught what appears to be an orb.
Yeah, that looks like a letter C Mylar balloon, doesn't it? We've got some shape there. Totally an orb.
Trailing along with it. I don't know if it's under it, over it, or what, but very strange. In September of 2015, my wife and I went up to Alberta in Canada, and we stayed in Calgary, and then we went up into the Canadian Rockies for a week. But I promised my wife that I would not do any UFO hunting while we were there, and I...
Look at it, ridiculous. That one looks like it's a small bug. You can see little wings overside. Possibly a bee. And that one there could be the same. It doesn't look like a bird. It looks like little small insects in front of the camera. So if we go back out, it's like when I was filming with my night vision camera, and you saw all those little bugs come close to the camera and look really big. And that's what we're looking at there. Bees, it looks like it's a fairly warm day, so they'll be out and about.
The Canadian Rockies for a week, but I promised my wife that I would not do any UFO hunting while we were there, and I didn't. However, we were walking around along the Bow River in Banff, taking a nice stroll this day, and taking photos. And when we got back to the hotel room, I started looking at what photos I had, and this showed up. It's a classic looking sombrero style saucer, and then another companion object. This is one of my favorites because once again I did not see it, it just showed up in my photograph anyway.
Which is typical of bugs.
And
there's the wings coming down this way. And of course it's been stretched probably because he's using a digital camera.
You know, my entire UFO thing started
in
Canada on the East Coast.
Yeah, bug. No, it's the wing. Because they're transparent, they're
this
really
photo
hard
was
to pick
taken
up.
less than 3 months ago on a super clear day. I just wanted to get out
They were
and
Vegas
see how
again.
good of shots I could take with my
Low
new
down.
Galaxy S21 Ultra. So
Probably
anyway,
helicopter.
there were more than 2 photographs in this bunch that were impressive.
Okay, that looks like a Chinese lantern. Typical Chinese lantern shape there. Could also be one of those funny shaped hot air balloons, of course, launching off the mountainside there.
But these two are pretty amazing. There's actually 2 photos with 3 objects. And in each photo, one of the objects is the same. It's the dark object. So check this out.
So that looks very much like a Chinese lantern, doesn't it? It's all to do with pattern matching. Probably should have put sky lantern in, probably. As we get these nice little red ones. Yeah, they like the lanterns. Here we go, here's the sky lanterns ones, but we want one that's by itself. There we go. A whole bunch of them there, but there's that shape. Here we go. Seen from more below, but still. You can see the round hole there. You can see the shape. Because it's made from paper. So I'd say it's the sky lantern, and they're quite big. And even though they're legal to launch, people still launch them. There's another one. There's more of a side view. Bang, bang. I could overlay it and show you it matches, but I'm not going to. No, I don't think you need it. So far he
The
hasn't
dark
given us
object
any
in
good
this
evidence of
photo is
UFOs.
exactly like one that was taken nearly 2.5 years before, and it is part of this slideshow. So anyway, this was amazing. Definitely a UFO, but
Yeah, that one just looks like a bunch of regular party balloons, right? Circle, circle, circle. 3 of them all joined together.
But at first, the thing I didn't notice is there is another object that's going to be in this same picture. So check this out.
Energy field. No, that's when you get this around the outside, that's due to MP4 compression. Remember I was talking about compression? You get some artifacts when you use compression. Especially if you use a sharpener, which is probably done here, where it adds an extra filters around the outside to enhance what's in the darker areas. So yeah, where's the extra image?
This is the same photo you just looked at, where there was a dark object to the left of what is the Red Rock Resort. In this photo, it's a white object, and it appears to be flat or tubular shaped.
Yeah, so this plane obviously coming into land at the airport. You're not going to see the wings, you're not going to see the tail. Not from that distance. And he's far enough away that you won't hear the jet engines as well. That's where he lives. He lives on the hillside.
It could be a saucer or something like that. But this is the end of what I...
In fact, it looks like it angles upwards here. It looks like the tail fin coming up there. And that looks like the wings bending in here. You normally get that sort of bit in the middle, right? But it's at the edge of pixelization. Definitely looks like it's tapering to the front there of like a 2-engine jet. To me, it's fairly obvious. So this kind of crap we got up on UFOman and from what we get from this Steve guy. I suppose he's putting up a lot of his. There. I basically was talking about him on his interview, right? I don't think he's fooling himself. I think he looks like a con man. The way he's looking there. I got G suckers. Young girl alerted by family dog. Okay, suppose we can have a look at that one.
Sometimes swapped beds when it wasn't school. I don't know why they did that, but they did. It was a large that actually its tip reached over the tip of the houses, so it was larger than a 2-story house. So, and if that was the tip of that pine tree, the orb behind it was around, this size.
Okay, so it looks like we got no footage to analyse it, whether it was a lead balloon that she got fooled by or what, I don't know. Okay, so moving on. Abducted with their car. Is that the people that were in Australia, in Kentucky, so you see it though. Not sure if I recall that case. This is like an old one. 1970s probably.
January 6, 1976,
Oh, really
in
old.
Stanford. Mona
Okay, these ones do look familiar. I think Robert's covered it. And Robert Talks UFOs.
Stafford was turning 36. Mona, along with Louise Smith and Elaine Thomas, planned a simple celebration. Labeled by UFO researchers as possibly the most...
Okay, so one of he's got done for copyright on this one. So I won't play it. It's got music there which doesn't help us.
Nova, the three...
So they won't have any pictures of it, just a story, another good story. Stedford. I wonder if we've covered it on our... I'm pretty sure we have. Whether it's searchable, I don't know. Let's have a look. It's just another story, another good story. Wrong bit shoot. Another good story in so many stories. Hey, Stedford. Maybe try that word. Nothing. Did I spell it right? Mona. It may be called something else. Kentucky abduction or something like that. Okay, we've got something popping up. Fireball, fake moon, buildings, cigar, and rectangle UFO. Debunking Tyler. Surprise, surprise. Yeah, I just don't think it's on that one. I think Robert covered it. Kentucky. It's probably got some other name for it. There we go. Cases for Robert. Triangle. Sighton. Mass UA sphere. Could be in that one. Men in Back Places. Could be part of that one. Robert Talks UFOs. But yeah, nothing's coming up. Alright, could be part of this one. Abduction accounts. Could be in there. Farvergill and abduction gone wrong. Could be in there too, I suppose. But yeah, the search is not really good. I wonder if it's got another name to it. Man of Stedford. The day the two astronauts said they saw a UFO. I think I've covered that one before too. Yeah, they were pranksters, weren't they? They made a story up. Okay, let's just keep on going. Black Vaults. Well, it didn't come up straight away, did it? And their names didn't come up, so... well, Stadford didn't come up. No. High strangeness, here we go. Louise Smith. Did they get a special name for it though? UFO abduction, Stadford, Kentucky. So it might have been one of those ones that come up with Robert then. Go and re-watch them if you've not even watched them before. They're quite good. But we won't recover it here. Just wanted to see what the case was. You know, we have covered it before. Although I can't remember all the details because we do so much here. So he's changed quite a few labels here when he's got interviews. I think we've covered most of the other ones, haven't we? We got to the end last time. So let's just move on. And the other one is Nocturnal News. Okay. So I'll just close that behind. Let's save them. It didn't ask me for the second name, which is kind of strange. I didn't save it, did it? I went back there. That's alright. Scaled it up. But yeah, you can definitely see the helicopter shape in it. Okay. Nocturnal News. So last time we talked about the Australian case here. And I think we debunked that one pretty good. So now we got this one here, so-called Tic Tac enters water. Now you might remember Jasper actually sent us a video of someone filming it on their TV screen. I don't think it's the same footage.
Right, fourth call, UK.
Let's just have a look.
Now what are we looking at here?
Okay, it looks like someone's got hold of the actual news report instead of taking it off the TV screen. Live.
Here, guys. Okay, basically, we have these news anchors. Okay, of course they're live like any typical Monday, Tuesday morning. They cut away to a live camera, and they see these UFOs come into frame right there.
You can see there's a lot of wind there. It was meant to be raining that day too.
It looks to be about 3, possibly 4. Now, when I zoom in, when I slow it down, we can see that at least one of them, goes underwater and then accelerates. Okay, so that's point number 1. Point number 2.
So that's sea breeze mist as the waves come and hit the shore, sprays upwards.
I think they're quite large. I don't think we're looking at bugs or birds.
Yeah, so straight away we can see the small objects close to the camera here. See how it's sort of got gaps in between. All of them have. So let's just grab that one, and you can see it's on long exposure by quite a few seconds here. 1, 2, probably better count it. We'll just so the red flag I saw in this footage is it's been cropped. Remember that it goes off down to the edge here and then it carries on and we see something come back on the screen. Well, they've cut it off purposely on this footage to make it more mysterious. So yeah, better grab a snapshot of it since we got it in a good place there. Just as it comes into frame. You may notice that these objects are not casting any light down too. So they're not creating a light on the ground. If they're bright objects emitting their own light, they're not casting it on the ground. Which is another red flag for it being alien craft. Even in the last video we saw there was a light underneath a helicopter.
Or any type of debris or anything like that, because these live cams, I mean, you can kind of
see it sort of bounces off the lens of the camera and then it comes back this way, but we never see that
gauge
part. See, they just cut it off as it was coming back this way.
The distance right there, if it was a bug or a bird or debris, I think we'd easily be able to tell, right? And you can see here it goes underwater and then takes off, and it's illuminated. Okay, now that was another thing I found very odd. We'll go forwards and backwards here. Also,
now when stuff goes underwater, what did we prove out a couple months back? That you can't see anything, right? It's a good nullifier of infrared heat. So you put your hand underwater, you don't see it. There are experiments online where you can check that up. Now he's saying it goes underwater because we can still see it.
So I'm going to zoom in and try to slow it down a little bit just to give you guys a good...
Okay, so if that went underwater here, we wouldn't see it. The water just hides it all.
Okay, it's either bouncing off the water or it goes under, just like a USO would do. Okay, so crazy, right? Now at the end of the video here, I'm going to give you guys a
so what's these other objects? Where did they go to?
Daytime view of this area, and we'll look at Google Maps satellite view. So
right, you saw it then. So you didn't cut it off completely.
we can just gather as much info as we can to try to figure out exactly what we're looking at here. Also, the winds were very high, about 40 miles an hour that day. So could it be something caught in the wind? Possibly, but to me it looks like your classic UFO or USO. Depending.
Of course it does, because that's what you want to tell your fan base. And this guy gets a lot of views now. Tyler helped him out to get up to 5,000 people. And now, once you get up to 5,000, you just naturally keep on growing, right? Now, these guys don't know that he's actually chopped it off the reset, bounced back onto the lens. I'm not sure if he gives us a link to the original. That would be handy. No link, red flag. I don't think he's got a side chat there with it in that. Because he didn't do a premiere of the video, which he should do. He'll get more money that way. Bullets. No, just regular bugs trying to get out the weather pretty fast. Looks like pretty shallow water there. Exactly, it's right on the shoreline. So why would a UFO crash into water there? I don't think so. Nice work, dude. Nice work at deception, yes. Definitely. Nice work, sub. Very nice capture. We need to rematch it a few times. But anyway, see if we can see where it comes back at the lens.
Depending how you want to categorize it, I would probably call it a USO. When possibly, but to me, it looks like your classic UFO or USO, you know, depending how you want to categorize it, I would probably call it a USO.
Oh. I hate that. A second here. Yeah. So he's trying to compare it to that one now. With the bird flying behind him. Or helicopter. You have to slow that one down soon. You did actually slip up here. Where is it?
A good view right there. Okay. It's either, you know, bouncing off the water or it goes under, you know, just like a USO would do. Okay, so crazy, right? Now, at the end of the video here, I'm going to give you guys the daytime view.
There it is. So why doesn't it go along there and suddenly bounce back this direction? Because it lands on the edge of the lens. That's why. So it's actually coming towards us, probably. Let's have a look.
But debris or anything like that, because you know, these live cams, I mean, you can kind of gauge the distance right there. Large. I don't think we're looking at bugs or birds.
That's close to the lens. If you look at this here, that looks like it's slightly further away than this one because it hasn't got so much brightness, but that one looks as close as that color there. Looks like it flies around here, realizes there's nowhere to go to escape the wind, and sees the light off the IR, heads towards it.
Birds or any type of debris or anything like that, because you know, these live cams, I mean, you can kind of gauge the distance right there. If it was a bug or a bird or debris, I think we'd easily be able to tell, right? And you can see here it goes under.
So is that going past or is it coming towards the camera? That one could be quite deceptive. Flying towards the camera where it looks like it's passing by. It's actually seeing the lights of the camera.
I mean, you can
then hits the lens. It's
kind of gauge the distance
that
right
comes
there.
Back, which we don't see.
If it was a bug or a bird or debris, I think we'd easily be able to tell, right? And you can see here it goes underwater and then takes off, and it's illuminated.
Yeah, it doesn't show us the crucial bit at the end there. Okay, so we did actually get a snapshot of it. Send you on Reddit. Okay, fine. UFO bro, how's it going? Are you hoaxing videos to make money? Not a lot of money, but enough to fool people who have no knowledge of things. Am I? Me, I'd never hoax anything. I could hoax stuff, and I could do a better job than these. If I was really bored and wanted to get a bit of fame or whatever. Nocturnal News definitely was deceptive there where he cut the frame. But we should be able to see them on long exposure. We might be able to count how many seconds it is too. So that one is definitely flapping the wings. It's getting caught by the roll and shutter effect from long exposure, right? So one, two, then it repeats again, 1, 2. That one underneath, it's also a wee bit like that. You can see it's got segments. One, and this one here, a bit hard to see with that. I haven't got much colour range to muck around with here. Oop. And there we go. You can see how the segments are broken up now a bit better. And you can see all of them are made up of segments, not a... And they seem to be up and down, wiggly woggly, like a flying object. Flying saucer would be in a straight line. Okay, that's the sea waves coming up to the shore here. It looks like 3 bugs to me. 3 birds, but mostly bugs. Close to the camera, because they're reflecting the infrared light from the LEDs on the outside, as you know. The infrared camera looks like this. Infrared. Camera. I should put cam. You've probably seen it on my Skywatch what one looks like. So for mine's got infrared LEDs as well as white LEDs to get the colour night vision working. I wanted some pictures of camera. Yeah, it's not giving us one. I want to see the front. No. That's far infrared. That's what you call passive infrared, but we're dealing with a active infrared. Might have to put IP camera in front, door camera or something like that. Okay, so this is what you get around the outside. There's a typical one here. All those LEDs are actually transmitting infrared. And the more you have, the more it can illuminate. Of course, the problem with that is the closer the object is, the more white it gets, because you're getting more of the infrared light bouncing off the LEDs back into the sensor. Okay. And of course, now we've got low starlight ones where you can turn off the infrared and still see quite clear outside, but you still might need the LEDs around the outside to illuminate someone's face if you want to capture their face, like this one here. Of course, most criminals are not that stupid now. They sort of cover their faces. So I've got a camera similar to this. Looks like this. I've turned it upside down, and it can film from horizon to above it, and rotates 360. Well, it's 355. It goes one direction, then the other direction. That's a closer one. Picture of mine. You can also get stereo ones now too, so you should be able to wear goggles and actually see the actual size of the objects, which is kind of good. Stereo night vision security, full color spectrum. That'd be good. There's so many UFO hoaxes online, it's hard to keep up. There's new ones cropping up all the time, isn't there? UFO interest keeps an eye on all YouTube hoaxes and social media. I think he keeps a more eye on the newspapers than YouTube. He doesn't look at much YouTube stuff, but he keeps an eye on the big channels, like Third Phase and Tyler, of course. So yeah, this one's deceptive. Let's just keep on going.
Under, just like a USO would do. Okay, so
yeah, like I said, if something hot went under the water, it would disappear. You won't see it moving underwater like it is on that video. Heat underwater. Let's see. There you go. Water blocks a lot of the infrared waves, much as an opaque barrier blocks visible light waves. In the same way that we can't see through paint, infrared sensors can't see through anything significantly depth of water, because the waves and it detects both don't pass through water easily. He's talking about the light waves, not water waves there. I thought that was a wee bit strange. Can you heat water with infrared? Depending on the temperature. Yeah, it depends, because infrared's over a range, right? You got near infrared, mid-range infrared, and far infrared. So it's all slightly to do with the change in wavelengths. And of course, let's see, the higher the wavelengths, the hotter it gets, isn't it? But anyway, won't go into that and look it up. Images, does it show us a hand going into water? Let's see, someone might have one. Let's see, he's got a hand in it, can't get infrared radiation. So yeah, his video's debunked there. Yes, you think someone would have a still image of it. Let's put hand in water maybe. With infrared. Suppose you could try it out yourself. I need to put it underwater. Underwater, not being splashed by water. And you can see the water splashing off here there. But underwater. Okay, there's probably some. Okay, the guy's put his hand, normally that colour, into water. And already, you can see it's faded quite a lot. Best one would be a video. I think. Let's see, videos. There we go. But it looks like it's not just normal infrared here. We're looking at thermal. Again, a thermal camera film through water. Obviously, that can see a lot better.
Let's try something here. This is my hand, and I'm at the top of the aquarium because heat doesn't go through glass very well. It just reflects. So I'm going to stick my hand down into the aquarium, right into the water on the top. Let's see what happens. I'm going to calibrate the camera first.
Cool, wait, go over.
Yeah, the surface of the water really reflects the heat away.
There's his hand going that way, I think.
See my hand.
There's his fingers there, look. Totally hides it. It's like invisible.
Yeah, the surface of the water really reflects the heat away.
He hasn't got it in too deep there either. See that? So that's on even a high spec camera. So infrared, active infrared's not going to see that, right? Even the high spec camera can see that.
You can actually see my hand is heating.
The water slowly, yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty good one. But I wanted just standard infrared. So you should have all these clips for examples and do comparisons with. Should really start up a little database so you can just look it up in future and bang, straight away see. Yes, you have to do experiments like Mick West does to debunk stuff, right? But yeah, I wanted one with an active infrared one. I think you'll see it simply will disappear. But anyway, I think that thermal did a good enough job explaining that. What's this one? Is your camera remote controlled? Yes. It's got tilt control and round and round. Side to side, up and down, yep. You have to go and watch my live shows. Skywatch it called, it's a new series. New Zealand Skywatch. We're up to episode 9 at the moment. And I thought I was going to get my tripod today, but nothing arrived in the post. It's been a terrible day, it's been raining. Anyway, let's just keep on moving with Nocturnal news. It's a bit strange you put that one up, but I suppose scraping the bottom of the barrel now.
Crazy, right? Now, at the end of the video here, I'm going to give you guys a daytime view of this area, and we'll look at Google Maps satellite view. So, you know, we can just gather
so
as
we
much
saw it then as it come back at the camera. Just watch when it goes in.
View. So, you know, we can just gather as much intel info as we.
Yeah, it was looking. You didn't repeat it.
Yeah, and we'll look at Google
and water come long
Maps satellite view. So,
and look, we saw it just come back, back at the camera. So I reckon it lands on the edge of the camera there, goes out of view.
okay, so we'll go over to the satellite photos here. Now, at the tip of the roof right there, where that little white dot is, that's where the live cam points down out at this pier.
Is it the same case?
Okay, now to the right is where the UFOs came into frame, and they entered the water to the top left, if you could think north.
And you can see how shallow it is there, right? So yeah, he's still going with that story.
The southwest to the that would be the northwest. Okay, so and, you know, here's the thing. You know, I went and looked around. I'm looking for, is there some type of, you know, beach resort, or you know, maybe umbrellas that flew in the water? Like, I'm just looking for any type of, you know, explanation.
Bugs. Yeah, it's pretty shallow there. UFO's not going to go into there.
And the craft entered the water right about there, kind of like.
Yeah, it looks too shallow. It looks a crazy place to land into water.
Dead center in your screen, and I wonder, you know, how.
Why not go straight out to sea here? Even there, it looks like a sandbar, doesn't it?
Deep is that water? Okay, you know, if a craft rather truly entered, you know, the live shot, went into the water, then, you know, it's got to be pretty deep right there. I live off the Gulf of Mexico. You can walk out half a mile and you might be waist deep, so depending on the tide. So, you know, I'm really trying to just put all this together and figure it out, and that's why I bring it to you guys, because, you know, a lot of you out there are a whole lot smarter than me. So,
you can see, even on Google Maps here, it reckons shallow, doesn't it? And there's the deep water out this way.
And we'll kind of zoom out here just to give you an idea again.
Anyway, just keep on moving.
Figure things out. You know, like I showed on the satellite video earlier, the UFO comes in from the right to the left, okay?
So it's picking up the light off the top of the house here
from the west, and of course we're going from daytime to nighttime, and we'll zoom in like we did earlier where it enters the water right there, and do some more blend.
So it's splashing over the edge of the pier here. Let's see all that water spray.
Just to, you know, again, try to figure this out. Like, what in the hell are we looking at? You know, is this something blowing in the wind? Is it?
Of course, we can't rule out it being rain droplets as well, reflecting really close to the camera.
You know, space debris. You know, I know it's not a bug because, again, you know, if you guys have made as many videos as I have, you understand.
Well, if you look at some of my night vision ones, that definitely looks like bugs, right? So we had streaks like that all over the place.
And when you're looking at a bug, you know, this is far off in the distance. It seems to be quite big. Like I said, maybe the size of a small car would be my guess.
And it doesn't keep on playing it to where we see it come back this direction. Really misleading.
And right there, okay, we'll see it enter the water, okay, and maybe it's like skimming the surface of the water, I don't know, but it does appear to go underneath the water, in my opinion. You know, you guys tell me what you think, and we'll do some more overlays here in a minute. But this was very difficult to get. Basically, I have to clip this out of my video and then zoom in and blend it and overlay it and then download it to bring it to you guys. So right there, just to give you an idea, I think that's a cool shot, honestly. So and you know, if anyone out there is new, you know, please
click on the sub.
Okay, or nothing like that. It was at the 10-minute, and you know, all the things.
And one credit I can give to Nocturnal News, though, he does a lot more analysis than either Blake Cousins, Goofon, or Tyler. At least he's trying to overlay daytime shots with nighttime shots. So he gives a credit there. But unfortunately, his analysis is wrong. There's no way that
if you guys want to talk to me on Twitter, we're at Twitter, we're at Facebook, we're on.
If you come down at that speed, if it was a big object hit the water, it would shatter, wouldn't it? Be like the same as hitting concrete. Or it would bounce up again.
Discord, we're absolutely everywhere. So thanks.
So and of course he forgets about the other two objects that were behind it. Where did they go to? Yeah, they sort of disappeared here. Anyway. Oh, what's happened? So, I think we're done with Nocturnal News' video now. I haven't looked at all his stuff though. You can only do so much. Yeah, say if we had really that kind of quality cameras on security, then we'd be cooking with gas, right? Old green screen. Older color night vision, I guess, and there one, which looks like daylight. So yeah, you can even see the heat of the engine here. Again, it looks like daylight, but it's not. True color night vision. We're going to play a bit again. That's pretty good. Can even see the stars very good, can't you? So even my color night vision isn't that good. And I don't think third phases was as good as well. I think this is military grade that we're looking at. And that's the sort of technology that we need for UFO hunting. And of course it's pitch black there, of course. But you wouldn't think so. It's just amazing. Tell it's a silver car, a reflection of car headlights, even. Blended in. Where's the laser pointers? Here. To show lasers. We did it at one stage. Was it on this one here? Water. See the waves. It's pretty amazing. Where's the canyon one they do? Probably there. Regular green screen. Yeah, so just keep referring back to that one. I wonder how much it cost. So who should we look at next? Oh right, yes, I remember. I had this big chat yesterday to Dorothy what's her name? Izatt, is it? Supporters. So I'll bring up that information. What's happened over there? I don't know why I got that open. Alright, Discord. JD's up, is he? Blue chicken. And the magnifier is a piece of software that I activate with the mouse. Yes, why? Anything to do with UFOs? Sticking it into UFO General. Blue chicken, if you're still there. You expected me to answer on Discord, aren't you? How do we get a hash key on this keyboard? Damn it. Where's the hash? Hash. No. Gotcha. UFO General, where is it? There. Just click on that link there, it'll take you to the room. Now I have to minimize that and get on to the next bit. Yes, I'm using the high spec night vision security camera. It's not quite the same as the X27 though, but as you saw in some of the later episodes, we could see how green the trees were, the house colour, the roof colour, and we could see the stars in the background. So yeah, it's getting there. Not bad for how cheap it was, including postage, $300. So New Zealand, so that's double the money of US. So you can see how cheap it is. God, I hate how they leave that bit on though. Yeah, it's too much over this way. There we go. Yes, I understand I have security cameras and didn't realise that Paul used security camera. Yep, I was using the smartphone to start with, and then I bought a night vision camera. And if you watch episode 8 and 9, and you can see it in daytime and nighttime with our new setup with the compass on front that I modified. But anyway, that's something else. Let's get rid of that. Okay, let's talk about this crazy pictures that I got from UFO Twitter world. Where's my UFO Twitter? Yes or no, it depends if it's summer, winter, whether there's a lot of clouds. But yeah, we've got high mast lights now in the area. It's a bit brighter than it used to be, I think, because I used to be able to see them a lot clearer with the eyes, and I don't see them as that clear anymore. So, yeah. But it's not too bad. Not as bad. It's getting more built out here, and small houses going up all the time, which is only going to add to it. And the trees are pretty tall out here, which is a nuisance. Yeah, where's my channel? Here we go. So let's talk about these pictures I've got. Now it's past midnight here. Looks like I might have to log in. Twitter changed things, right? How did I sign in? I'll just pull it off over the other sides in case it reveals the password there. I'll try Google. Alright, it's going to there. Alright, so what's it asking for? Should have auto filled it in. Password can't be activated on my password remembering tool. Yeah, it's going around in circles. Yeah, I don't think it's quite compatible anymore. Stupid thing. Upgrade the version of thing and the plugins don't work anymore. Well, they partially work. Let's see. Manage. Damn, that keeps coming back. Go away. Discord, just won't stay away. Yeah, second of sign in. I've got a password thing. Here we go. Fill forms. No, it's having problems. Yeah, I'm not sure what I can do. Because I can't remember the password. I only know the master password, and then the program takes over. It's not working. Let's try again. I suppose it might have to be over that screen. Don't you just hate it when things go wrong? How can I sign in? And God. Piece of crap. Okay, I might just have to not sign in then. Maybe I have to try different progress. It's going to do the same thing, I think. So you get to that stage there, it should autofill it. It's not going to. Yeah. Just have to try and do it without it. Hopefully it doesn't time out. Passwords are a pain. Need some biological things spit in here. Voice prints, face prints combination. So this is a thing that was blagging onto the sky. He was conned by this lady. But anyway, if we get to the pictures. So yeah, made claims like this right here. I'll just read out what that says. Photo of a Bigfoot-like entity taken aboard UFO by Dorothy Izatt when they allowed her to bring camera aboard. So, how many other UFO people out there claim to have taken cameras aboard UFOs that anyone believes? Billy Meyer? No, we don't believe him, but he definitely took a claim to take a photograph from inside the UFO, which was useless. Who else? Mr. Ed, the anomalous guy from Blake Cousins. So yeah, not totally believable. And now we've got this girl here, Dorothy Izatt. Apart from that, I don't know any others that claim to have taken photographs, being allowed photographs. If that was the case, why is it so shitty? Because they come up with the excuse it's shitty because if it affects the camera film or whatever, fix the camera so it never comes out right. So they've always got some excuse for it. But inside UFOs, they always describe it as very well lit. Does that look like it's well lit? So how's that film faked? Obviously, you can see it's looks like a photograph of a photograph, right? To start with. But what does it look like to you? Alright, you got light pollution. Too bad. So to me, it looks to me like a woman's head. I can see like long hair coming down the side of the face this way. I can see like a little face in the middle here. Eyes. Bottom of the nose, mouth. And it looks like she's looking downwards at something. So could it possibly be that she's leaning on a chair arm here? And she's got the elbow here. And she's going up and holding something in her hand here, which is possibly the camera that takes the photograph. Okay, it looks like a square thing happening. And you can see her other arm coming down here, and looks like her hand is here. And her leg, skinny leg, goes up here. And her thigh. So she's crossed her legs, basically, and she's put her hand in between her crotch there. And here, it looks like lens flare of all the lenses in the camera. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, what do you reckon? Okay, so do you see a Bigfoot? I don't. Okay, they're claiming it's a Bigfoot looks like that. Instead of taking the obvious that it's a woman sitting in a chair and she's taking a picture of herself. Oh, went too far. She's in a chair, she's taking a picture of herself with a camera there. And she's looking down slightly at the screen, all the buttons, and it's a reflection of the window, of some sort of window. Maybe yellow light, or red light, red and yellow light mix. So I reckon she's tried to fake it, right? Oh god, okay. So I ran it through some filters and brightened it. Still not the best, but it does look like her arm goes up and is holding something here. Look, it looks like a hand. Like how you would hold a camera in one hand with the strap going around it. Yeah. Hands coming up here. You can see it's a different colour. So it's a different shade of blackness. And you can see there's various shades of yellow here. So that was her hand. You can see a skinny knee. And it looks like something square here. Look. Her elbow leaned on the edge of a chair or a table. Okay, so if we go up again, this guy here also did something similar. The psychic Polaroid photographer. He did a bit of a sleight of hand trickery, and I think Dorothy does the same sort of thing. And she also knows how to use static on her body and short out the batteries or the motor to make it stall as it's going through to create double exposure. But yeah, I did a video on it. Where's the other picture of the chair? So later on he sent another photograph which I tried to share. I don't know if it's here. It just seems to have disappeared. But I did make a comment to it. I said, when you come on for an interview? So, he said he'd get back to me. So I haven't heard anything else. But he was trying to defend himself. Kansas Bigfoot investigator, apparently. So he's asking me why I would do a vendetta against a kind grandmother. Well, hoaxes come in all sorts of shapes and sizes, and this garbage is not helping ufology one iota. One iota. Whatever that means. Some people just like attention, right? They might not be after money. Here we go. We got away with it for a wee while there. Hey, I need to find the chair. I said something here about the chair. I said, there you go, there's the chair, it's got the same arm. He did something else too. He claimed to have his own UFO photographs. So I'll click on that at some stage too. So he's made a statement here to assume that Alan Hynek, my research partner for years, wasn't qualified to test the camera Dorothy used and her film work to assertion whether or not Dorothy was in some way hoaxing the image. Her knowledge of film alteration was zero. Okay, so she wasn't modifying the film. She was placing things in front of her camera to cause what she's got artifacts on. And I said here, he can be fooled like most humans. He's a scientist, but nothing like a Great Randy. You remember Great Randy is the one that exposed Uri Geller and spoons. Before then, everybody thought that it was real. Until someone broke how he was doing it. They watched him really, really carefully. Did you take Randy along to watch you? Nope. Hynek worship don't save you from being fooled. You know, you got these hero worships who are saying, oh, these scientists also couldn't detect it. But scientists are scientists. Who's the other one that got caught out with Uri Geller? What's his name? Puthoff? Hal Puthoff. Tried to study Uri Geller and they got caught out by the spoon trick and all that sort of stuff, right? And he sort of lost credibility over it. So, need to find the other photograph. Still, like Ngia, whatever her name is. What she liked was attention. Don't matter if they're lying, if they get what they want. Come on, man, admit it. Her stuff is bullshit. Wake up. These are cop-out excuses. Did you need to go into Jerusalem to know that video was faked by 8 film students? Nope. There was enough others. So they're saying because I didn't go along and study her personally like these guys, I have no credible say on it, which is nonsense. Let's see, what did they say? Anyway, I don't think he looks like that now if he was with Hynek investigating, unless he was a kid. Okay, let's see. I have 10 video cassettes, which is crap, full of Dorothy's film work to digitize. So once he digitized that, then I might be able to look at all the videos and tell him how she did it. I make nothing for this. Of course, generally the sleight of hand stuff happens when that person turns away for a split second. It's enough to put something in the lens of the camera, like a negative, and it could have anything on it. And I'll just show you another guy that did that. Fooled people for a while until they started analysing them completely. Oh, don't pick on poor grandma. Come on, man. Get rid of that mentality. Typo there. I see it all the time. Tyler hoaxed leaker videos, and people come back with saying, bullshit, you're jealous. Leave the poor kid alone. Well, poor sick kid, a sick guy alone. You should be working together. Nope, I don't work with frauds. It's amazing how many people say stupid things like that to me. Nope, I look at every case with fresh eyes. I saw enough to know it's like if I show you one leaker secured fate, do you need to hear the other two? Nope, but adds more weight to it. Nope, I once thought Dr. Lear was correct. Wasn't until more info come to light and more knowledge on how cameras worked, I figured out the camera parts that fit the image, overlaying pattern matching. So he was saying to me here, or another person was, he critiques Skinny Bob video and Turkey Bean video. Turkey Bean, he means alien video, as fake on his podcast, and he dismisses in his style. It's different than my approach, as I have learned never to be quite quick to dismiss Any of my investigations are not quick, guys. You know that. You join me on the live debunks as I've been doing it. The myths across area in particular, I stick with what I know to be true. Aerial and whatever that blabbing nonsense. Yeah, so I just follow the facts, right? And I correct or update things as more information comes to light that I didn't know, which changes it, right? So, yeah. But from what I understand, Dorothy is still looking like a hoaxer. She was Canadian. I think she's still alive. So what's not true? I missed something here. Also, there's a rumor that there wasn't even a check for 1 million. Okay, I'm not sure. I missed out something there. He didn't need it because no one could prove it. Great Randy, are you talking about? His foundation still exists for someone who has supernatural powers. Oh yeah, so he's still got a award for 1 million that he'll give to anyone if he can prove that they got their capabilities, right? Superpowers or whatever. They still offer. Well, I'm not sure if it's still for offer or maybe he's still got trained up people. Let's call it. The guy had a unique mind and able to see tricksters, you know. But what you reckon Lesa's motive? Did she earn? No, she didn't earn any money from it. She just wanted attention. We've already talked about it. People in ufology either want attention seekers, they want to make lots of money, or they want fame. And attention seekers and fame generally go together, and also money and fame go together. Subsets, I guess. What other reasons would there be? That's really it, isn't it? Yeah, Great Randy. So what was the problem with Great Randy? He was like the biggest skeptic, but at least he could replicate things, right? Yeah. I thought there was an episode where he actually shows the money in a bank account. So I don't know. But I suppose if you believe that no one could actually prove beyond a doubt, and if you can't beat his rigid testing, you'd never get the money anyway. So you could get away with it, I guess. Technically, that's what you're saying, which is true. Yeah, you can still see his presentations where he goes to university and has the audience laughing within minutes. Where he goes on the stage with glass frames which have got no lenses in, and no one detects it until he starts poking his eye. He says, "You think I got glasses on? Wrong. Put up your hands if you think you've got glasses on," because everyone in the audience puts the hands up. Nope, I just got the glass frames on. He's hilarious like that. Anyway, I gotta find that chair. Maybe he's got rid of it. As I said here also, Stanton is no Randy. He's another scientist, so it means sleight of hand. Scientists are not going to pick up as good as a magician or illusionist would, because they know the tricks. They know how to distract well, from where they want to change things. You know, so he keeps going on. He worked with Stanton Freeman and all that sort of stuff. Not only that, did Alan or Stanton Freeman ever validate your claims? They met Dorothy Izatt when I took them to BC, and after experiencing the phenomenon for themselves, we're totally blown away. See, and they're just like when you go and see illusionists, right? You're blown away how they can have things hovering in front of them and you can't see the wires or whatever. Okay, so how does she do it? Well, she used several techniques, obviously. Still yet to find that photo of the other chair. But you got to remember, this guy here, he did a lot of sleight of hand tricks, right? And he got caught out in the end. I'm not sure if I can play it or not. Probably can't. Psychic. It's on Discord if you're part of the group. But go and find it on my Twitter account there, you know. If you want to go and watch it. It's obviously from Arthur C. Clarke. I assume that works. Not Bigfoot. Okay, where's the chair? I know I got it on Discord. I said, no, she's taking a snap of a reflection of someone sitting in a chair. Well, it looks like herself, actually. Twitter censored. Where's a comment I made about the chair? Where did it disappear to? Okay, must be getting closer to it. Ah, here we go. There's that rectangle arm chair. Okay, let's click on it. And bingo! Look at the square thing. So if she turned that chair, or maybe in the same chair, we'll probably have to do a side by side, eh? So let's see if we can save that. Save image. And do a side by side on it. So, what's that? Hynek with her. Is that the lady in question? I wonder if she was thinking if she was really a fraudster. They conned a very clever man. See, she's got the skinny leg. You see, she's got the skinny arms, skinny leg. Now, if she was in this chair, so where's his arm go there? That's not his arm, is it? No, that's hers. Where's his arm disappear here? He must have it behind her back, is he? Where's his other hand gone? Now she crossed her legs like she's doing here. So let's compare those two photographs then. I noticed it last night after the thing. I said, well, there's the damn chair that's reflecting in the window. No way was she inside a spacecraft. She was inside her house taking the picture. And lying about it. See, that's no good. See, it's too dark. So I have to grab my one where you can see the chair. Unfortunately, I've drawn over it. Suppose we could lighten it up again. Save image. Let's see how it compares anyway. And this is how you sort of investigate things, right? How they got that to be a Bigfoot beats me though. Oh yeah, I got the pictures. But it puts in a different format, doesn't it? Where's the other one disappear to? That's not Hynek, is it? Yes, it is. Okay, let's load them up. Okay. I'll just open them up separately to start with. Yeah, effects. So which side is the chair? So that's inverted. Which you'd get if it was a reflection, right? So if it was a reflection, the arm of the chair is on the right side. So we should be able to see all these great minds. You know, you think of Hynek, you know, and yeah, I can see straight away that's the chair she was sitting in, and you can see how she was holding up the camera, coming up to her chest here. Now, how come those great minds can't see what I see? Maybe everybody's not equal, right? Takes someone like me to say, hang on, something's not right here. Okay, so let's really over brighten it. So, there's the edge of the chair. And the camera that she's holding is here. She's looking down, see? There's her here. So have we got a picture of her there? See, she may have changed her here. Let's look at eyes are looking downwards. Long hair. Let's see. I wonder if we can de-expose that one there. There's a Bigfoot. No, it's not. Can't quite improve on it, can we? We might better sharpen it, maybe. See, I can see the edge of her face here. So if I drew around it, hand draw. Not the easiest thing to do. Let's look at the faces there. The eyes. Look like they're looking downwards. Looks like the cheeks and nose here. And the mouth. You know. Something like that. Looks like the hair coming down here. Something like that. Okay. Now she's got her elbow coming off the edge of the chair here. Oh, I hate mouses for this. It's coming up here, and to me it looks like she's holding something in her hand in this area here. Hands holding something. And you could say it's a cup of tea, but I reckon it's the camera that took the picture. Hand coming around, and then she's got a hand on the crotch going down that way. Then obviously there's the knee. Right, and the knee going up around, clear as day, you know. And the other leg coming out of maybe a skirt. Coming out that way. This leg's crossed over top. So the question is, what's this here? The square bit. This is a leaning on. Now, kind of looks like the same width of that chair there. But we ain't got the right angle. See how far it goes? So we need to lighten that one up. So you can see where the edge of his hand's going there now. Lightened it up a bit. Now notice she's got these big tops, so that kind of looks like maybe that's her tops, right? Same top. So she's actually got short hair, and the top looks like it joins on, looks like hair, but it's not. So that's probably part of the clothing. Right. Same type of big collared tops. That's damn her in the chair, isn't it? There's no Bigfoot there. Oh. Should turn it into an emanation, shouldn't I? Capture the video and then convert it to emanated gift is probably the easiest. So what if we could switch her into that chair? That would be good, wouldn't it? Probably could do something like that. So first of all, let's see if we can. I don't think we've got the right angle on that chair. But anyway, let's just do an overlay. She's got a skinny leg. Okay, you can see she crosses her legs quite a lot. And she does dangle her arm down. But unfortunately she's not in the same chair. Oop, well, what's the matter? If we rotate it a bit. What happened there? It should be resizing. Because she'll look a bit fatter than she normally is. There we go, that's better. Okay, that's probably about the same size. Yeah, she's looking upwards rather than down. Yeah, it's going to be a tricky one. There's the big collar, where it looks like hair coming down when it's not. Let's see how that comes out. Yeah, she's looking down. It's not quite the same post. Posy is close. Need to tilt the head downwards. I wonder if I can do that. But yeah, it's lining up with the big collar, isn't it? We're looking at the head bit here only. It's definitely her. She's a little con artist. So, bend downwards. We'd have to come down that way. Yeah. You can see it sort of makes it bigger though. But I think you can see what I mean. Because now we've lost the handles to resize it. Okay, let's see if we can do it with a chair. Where'd that bit? Select. The chair. How are we going to do this sucker? And of course, what's she sitting on there? She's sitting on the other arm of the chair, is she? What's that behind? Brickwork off the fireplace? So that chair must be pretty strong. Okay, paste layer. No good. What happened there? Did I not copy it? Paste. Relayer. Okay. Don't think we're going to be able to do it. Let's get rid of that again. Let's flip. Oh, don't move it there. Copy. And the angle's going to be so wrong. It's frustrating. And I've got an unproportionate. Gotta hold down the shift key. Yeah, maybe it was the right direction. But we can do a side by side though. This that width thing happening here. So that could be something behind. It looks like it might be. She might be on the edge of the wood here. And that could be the background behind. Seems to line up, doesn't it? It looks like the background behind coming through. So I had it the right direction before. If I flip it, it's going to go wrong. I'll do it in layer. Has it flipped it? Yeah, it's still not quite right, is it? It's more this direction. No, we can't get it. Can we stretch it somehow? I think I'm right though. I think that's the chair. Pretty damn positive that I'm on the right track here. It's just a matter of getting to sit into that chair and doing the same pose. And get it reflect off a window. Now what camera was she using I don't know. But I don't think it was a digital one. What do these guys reckon? If time-lapse or anything in front of the camera used an exposure, then time-lapse for making good alien or ghost photos. Yep, that's true. I don't think so. I think she's sitting in that chair. And a lot of those Victorian chairs had a side table. Ah, right, so she's sitting on the table, was she? That probably makes sense then. So we need to see one of these chairs, I guess. I wonder if we could find it online. So it has that yellow tinge to it too, doesn't it? Like the photograph. But there's only so much we can do. So you look at this one here, it's not really well lit up, right? So you can't see the details until I processed it, right? My filtering did a lot better job there. This guy here, don't know if we can.
But that was 10 years ago. Can he produce anything?
No, he can't. So, he's holding up one of these big, huge cameras. Basically, he's meant to about an image, think of an image, and it should appear on the film. And all they got was his face and hands, right? He couldn't do it. It's because in the early days he was a drunk and he made everybody think he's such a nice guy. And you can see the old Polaroid slides he took the same way. But he had a little tube.
The rolled up tube of paper.
claimed to have a little toilet roll. And guess what he could put in the toilet roll? A little microfilm of what the image he wanted to produce on the camera. Alright.
With a tiny slide stuck on the end.
Bingo. Now, if you ever look at her when she videos, she's got a long front bit on the old camera where you could easily put something sticky on the end of your finger out your pocket and just tap it onto the lens when no one's watching.
By taking a piece of a transparency, a piece of a photographic transparency.
Yeah, these guys sussed it out.
This is Big Ben.
Big Ben, right? And he holds it up to the camera.
And let's just see how it looks.
We're a bit to hold it up to the camera. Where did I go through it? Oh, here you go. So I took a picture of him when he's holding it up to the camera and got a picture of Big Ben.
Psychic?
So, yeah, she was doing something similar in some of her photographs. The cheer one, she obviously did it another way by just sitting and taking a photograph and just making up a story about being invited into the UFO to take a picture of a Bigfoot when it's just her. Yeah, need to find some pictures of her with the camera. Oh, got caps on. Dorothy Izatt. And you get a few pictures of her. There she is. And so she did all these kind of crazy images, right? And it looks really like a long exposure with the camera moving with a light source, right? Distant planes, bugs, or whatever, being illuminated by light. Before they had infrared. It was like worms. Now, I figured out that she must have somehow managed to stall the motor, because this is she's using old film, 8mm film, and if you got the engine suddenly slow down or stall, and while you're moving the camera, you're going to get stuff like this on various frames of the film, right? So I thought she might be one of these people that has abnormal body static, that she figured out that she could mess around with cameras by walking over carpet and then just touching the camera in the right place where it's not grounded, and the motor stalls for a second, and so the film's not passing every second, but enough to cause long exposure effect. And these are some of the other ones she did. The blurry ones looks like a reflection of a window, you know, people in the window. Other ones she did again look like reflections of people. Just trying to find her with the camera in their hand. Now here's the high neck one. So the other one was this here, of so-called aliens that she said she filmed hovering in the sky, and it was in the window. To me, that looks like a hand that's been twisted around. And she's sort of bent her finger over, and you're seeing maybe a crease of a finger there. It looks like eyes. It's I can do it with my sort of sausage fingers. But she may even had some stuff that she put on the end of her fingers from her pocket. Quickly took it in front of the camera. Or did it on a micro slide, right? And Did it in front of people. That's another way to do it. So where's she holding the camera? Capturing the light. Yeah, look, you can see that's a camera artifact, can't you? There's a person's face on that one. Put that through a reflection, it makes it even worse. So where is she with the camera? Filming. There is one here of her somewhere. Because I know I found it and used it. She's got a bit of a smile on her face there. No grammar now. There. So it looks like she's died. Took the secret to the grave, I guess. There's a picture of her filming. But you can't see how she's holding it. Go on, where's the other pictures of her? That's ridiculous. Let's try camera. Maybe she's got the other ones removed. Or her family has. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so apparently she holds the camera like that, which to me looks kind of suspicious way to film. And looks like a difficult way to film too. You have to watch the videos. Unfortunately, it's unavailable due to copyright strike by Frank Lango. I wonder why. Money, money, money. I think that might have been the documentary. Capturing the lights. See, this is what I hate about ufology. Why would you censor something like that? You know, with copyright. Okay, let's go back to the picture. So it obviously comes from the documentaries. Let's see if I can zoom in on her. Now, see the lens? How easy would that be to put a bit of microfilm in, like that tube? It looks like the tube the guy was using. And when no one's watching, just dip the camera down and it floats off the end of the camera. And you collect it later. But yeah, what she's holding is the battery pack, right? And she's got high static. She may have found a way to short out the battery. By moving around on a bit of carpet even. I can't see what she's standing on there. And she seems to have a lot of rings on her fingers. So if it was me investigating her, I would have told her to pull all that stuff off and start filming. Apparently she's the only one that could film it. So she would be filming and capturing this strange stuff. And the other person would be standing next to her filming with her on their camera and not catching the same stuff. So that's Grandma there. That's her in younger days. That's her now. Well, before she died, I guess. So how could someone like that fall Heineck? Is what I'm asked. Well, quite easily. Anyway, enough on her. He did actually start posting up some of his other stuff, which I questioned as well. Let's see if I can find it. So he's got a UFO buddy in Australia. He says that Bigfoot are around and on a new property. See, I would have thought it would have been too hot in Australia, but right now there's a lot of rain, isn't there? And if they are aliens from another multiverse, and they can just pop in anywhere on the planet they want to from their universe, then why wouldn't they go to Australia? So yeah, they don't live there, they just go there hunting or whatever and then pop back in, a bit like Predator movie. So I wouldn't rule it out, but furry creature in that temperature, I don't think it would last too long. So if you've seen Bigfoot, God knows what he'd be seeing otherwise, because I can't think of anything that large in Australia. You know, at least America got bears that everyone keeps saying the Bigfoot are, but I don't think there's any large bears in Australia. Koala, maybe the biggest. So yeah, I'm not sure. Wombat. How old was I when I moved to New Zealand? From when? When in my life? My parents moved out to New Zealand in 72, I think it was, and I was 5.5. And in 1998, I think it was, 98, I went to live in Brisbane, Australia, and stayed there 4 years. I was going to stay there for the rest of my life, but things didn't work out. Money-wise, job-wise. That's the problem with being a contractor. You got no rights, pretty much. 9/11 happened, so everything sort of changed after then. So I had to come back to New Zealand broke. I tried to hang out there as long as I could and keep applying for work, but yeah, they weren't hiring Kiwis anymore for some reason. Giving the jobs to the locals instead. But yeah, what age was I? Cool, God, in the 30s when I did that. Left the university, which I had a good job there, but the money was really bad. Went to Australia and straight away I was on 3 times the amount of money for doing 1/3 the work, 1/3 the complex work, I'd say, compared to what I was doing. So I made it look easy to the locals there, and they got all upset and jealous of me on the help desk, which is kind of funny. And I said, look, don't try and compete with me. It's pointless. Just do your own thing and keep within the time stats. Then they found out how much more money I was making, and then the others caused the stink. But the full-timers couldn't do anything. But there were other contractors on there that were getting paid far less than what I was. I said, well, you must have undersold yourself. And I knew what they were offering for contracts in Australia when I went over. And I knew how much the agents were pocketing off me. They were pocketing half the money. So I went big. Big. $40 an hour, and I got it. Australian dollars, that is. Compare that to my mingy, probably back in New Zealand. Oh, what was the going rate back then? About $12 an hour. 4 times the pay level. Doing less hard work. Interesting times it was. Yeah, some Australians didn't like the voice on the phone. Oh, I can't understand you. You think I was talking Scottish. I think 99.5%, or even higher, could understand. It's only some of the really hard accents of the Australian that couldn't understand me. Mostly females, of course. Yeah, I just need to find his images that he put up. So I'm on Reddit now. If you want to go and join my Reddit, it's called TOTC UFOs on Reddit. And got my usual posts there on the frauds. Not sure if I can copy and paste it. It's going to put it as a Twitter link. This is pretty stupid. And let's see if I can open it up. So yeah, Reddit page up and running. And you can have a dark theme. I don't particularly like the white theme. So you can go and post there your stuff as well. Ooh, I think I need to go to the toilet. Might have to come back and paste. Does it go? Oh yeah, there we go. We'll come back and see if I can find that guy's pictures. I need to empty. I should do intermission really. Let's see if it works. Not going. No. Bugger. Did I pull the cable out? Is my voice working still? I accidentally pulled on the cable. It looks like it might be alright. So intermission over. Good. It works. Alright, so last of all, Corey Nano. How's it going? Or was it just Corey? Oh, Nano's message. Yeah, thanks for letting me know. So how's the time going? Is it really coming up to 3 hours already? No, surely not. Oh, well, we'll quick finish up on this guy anyway. Like I said, I slept 20 hours today. I was just so exhausted. I think there's something fighting in my body. Infection. I think it's just sapping my energy levels. Of course, I take these moon pills that tries to lower my immune system, and when I do, the energy levels change. Not good. Who knows, I might be fighting the virus and then I'm taking these immune pills that lowers it. And then I get these blisters that have got smelly pus stuff coming out of them. Under the armpits and stuff. It's not really nice at all. So I'm going to see the doctor again. Well, I'm going to see him rather than being a virtual doctor, which is what we're getting nowadays with the lockdowns. That's stupid. Okay. So I'm talking about my gallbladder problem I had for 15 years. So it took 15 years for probably the hospital to put me through dozens of scans before they realised it was a gallbladder problem. And that was the thing that was making me sick. It was pumping, it had some infection inside it that was always coming and going. And it was pumping this yellow pussy stuff into my lower intestine. It was causing me to be very sick. Anyway, it's disgusting. So I took this Easiac tea, cancer tea, because it was meant to settle down stomach problems as well, and I thought, oh, it's worth a try. So I had to find some that went fake. Most of the people that supply it are fakes. They don't give the proper recipe, and they don't grind it up to the right, to the formula. And it's meant to be brewed in 2 steps, where you put some of it into the pot to start with, and then you put the remaining in when it's cooling off and stir it in. But anyway, it worked for me. It gave me stopped me being sick. And it boosted my immune system, which might be the problem now. My immune system may have got boosted too much. So his wife's got cancer. I said, look, give it a try. You never know. I don't think the guy will listen to me, though. Flood in Queensland. Yeah, I was talking about the Bigfoot there. It's flooded there. Maybe the Bigfoots are going wading. So let's see, where's his pictures? I was getting like 200, 300 notifications because everybody was talking on the same post. And it was just getting messy. Oh, here's the other one that she took. Doesn't it look like a hand? It looks like a thumb. The first finger with something maybe added onto it. And the other finger. And maybe the other finger that you can't quite see if you bend your hand in the right angle when you're taking the photograph. So how would you do that? If you're bending your fingers forward, you could easily put something on the back of your finger, right, like a ring. Like I was telling you, she had a lot of rings on. So she could have a big ring that she quickly put a wee bit of blue tack on or something like that with some sort of crazy little alien head on it. Bent her hand around, take a picture quickly. But I think she was doing this in a video, so means that she would have to pre-make it with something that she clipped on the front of the lens. Notice how it's got a square edge as well. See, it seems to have a square edge, which would be perfect for a microfilm. But yeah, same shit we get in ufology all the time, isn't it? Now, if you compare that to the even smaller images I was getting from Mojo on his 20-year-old camera, those images I was getting was way better than that, right? We could see the eyes and the hands and all that, and the back of the chair and all that sort of stuff. But it's meant to be 3 aliens or something, they claim. And then the Bigfoot one, crazy. Yeah, so where's the other ones? Alright, here's the picture. So tell me if that looks like a microfilm connected onto a lens. See if you think it's the same. Alright. Looks like that may have even been edited, right? Looks like a microfilm. Shine some light for it. And bingo. Does it go anymore? Don't want to get done for copyright here. Where's it play? Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, that really moves like a UFO, guys. Yeah. So they're meant to be the UFOs that she was filming in the sky. Is that what they're trying to tell us? Okay. Which looks to me like plane lights to me. Of course, they wouldn't have had plane finder and all that back then. Notice how you got that frame where it goes crazy. That's where you can see the edge of the lens. This is where she stalls it, and that bright light, she just wiggles the camera around, creates these streaks, right? Somehow she's stalling it with static electricity, I believe. And you get these images. See the flash of light there? Overexposure. And maybe take a snap of a camera flash, maybe. So I was not there to see what was going down, but I'd be investigating this with an eagle eye. I'd have the tripod set up, filming her in different angles, get several cameras out, get her to wear gloves, the bare hands. Tell her to get out of her clothes and give her a jumpsuit, maybe, with no pockets. Take off all the hand stuff, rubber gloves, and say, there you go, start filming them again and see if you can get the same effects. I would have her busted. She probably refused to do it, probably. So yeah, I invited this person on to talk about his videos, his photographs. I'm just trying to find them still. Keep finding her ones, but not his ones. Keep getting those ones. And that one. Unless he adds it further down. I don't see his name popping up anymore. This is what I hate about Twitter, because it doesn't have a proper comment tree. It doesn't sort of indent, but like Reddit does, other proper blogs or forums, right? Yeah, Australian medical was way better. I actually had surgery over there too for another problem, which I won't go into. But still, they were very professional, and so are New Zealand hospitals are very professional, but they don't have the same gear and technology as Australia tends to have. Why can't I find his? I will get him eventually. See, you have to click on individual ones to go deeper. Sometimes it's posted in deeper. But that one doesn't have the images either. So he's talking about the three beings that we just looked at. Damn. Okay. Let me just see if I can find it on the one that's logged in, because I couldn't get it logged in, could I? Let's hopefully it doesn't suck down the CPU too much. Starting up now. I have browsers for different things for a reason. Let's see, I should be able to find it easier with notifications, hopefully. He may have deleted it because, well, he may have blocked me. That's very interesting. Oh yeah, I found one. Okay, let's see what cuts and pastes. So, yeah. He started talking about orbs. I've put it in a new thing just in case. So, I gave him a link to a video talking about orbs on Skinwalker Ranch. He said listen to it tomorrow. Not everyone does. He finds them interesting. My frequency generator allows me to photograph them when they aren't visible via naked eye. Now, I don't know about you, but orbs, most cases is, especially outside, is dust or water droplets, right? So if you had a frequency generator, that's going to vibrate. It's going to send up a lot of dust, and you're going to see it with the air, in the air, right? Dust being mostly skin particles, right? Spinning, but like ice crystals on NASA footage. That's what it equates to. Now, what the hell is that? That looks like a painting or something, right? So yeah, need some explanation on that one. And these just look like dust particles, don't they? Or water droplets. So yeah. The only ones I'd be really interested in is the ones that seem to emit their own light. That's not normal dust, and they don't flicker. They're just like bright light, and they move zigzaggy, not sort of drift off, you know. Now this one, I'm not sure what it's meant to be. It's obviously very bright, and it looks like something that's out of focus there. And because there's a lot of brightness there, it looks like it was done with a flash, right? So I'm not impressed with that one either. I'm not sure if you were saying that was a UFO orb or whatever. But if this was dark here and this was illuminated like it is, then that would be something giving off its own light. So that's one of them. Has he got some other ones here? Well, that's the video I gave him. George Knapp. Now that's actually quite a good one. I've posted it on Discord.
It wasn't,
but it's talking about orbs here. I'll just play a clip of it.
Painful or anything. He felt sort of discombobulated. It wasn't painful or with this small blue orb. So that was a case, and we had several other cases that Bass Ossap encountered that sort of looked at the medical injury aspect, and that was one of the things that really surprised me. During the NIDS era, we did not encounter too many of those cases. We were all the time databasing cases.
So he was talking about orbs passing through body.
And then emerged from the right shoulder and then shot out. Even Kenneth Arnold.
Now you see these sort of things on Ghost Adventures and Ghost Hunters shows, right?
Himself in his book talks about some really weird happenings that were happening after the June 24th, 1947. I'm not unambiguously tying what happened to Kenneth Arnold to some form of the hitchhiker effect, but I'm saying that this effect is not.
So they're talking about hitchhikers, where they're talking about ghosts or paranormal attachments. Are we still working all right here? Yeah, since I opened up that browser. Okay, looks like it's working all right. So yeah,
not just a Skinwalker Ranch specific effect. It happens on a much broader scale.
you've been researching in this area for decades, or at least plenty and plenty of years. What piece of evidence do you find most striking, most remarkable, for whatever reason? So one could be because it's incontrovertible evidence toward the existence of X or Y, or it led to some new research area.
I think one of the most remarkable things that we found during the OSAP program, and again, the OSAP program was a 24-month program that started in 2008 and ended in 2010. But, you know, for the first time, we had a large team. We had about 50 people who were employed full-time at OSAP. And then we had $22 million allocated through the Defense Intelligence Agency for a 2-year period. So it's very rare in the UFO field to have the luxury of resources and being able to study people over long periods of time after, you know, they've been...
Yeah, so he goes on, but it was a long show. You have to watch it all, really. Let's see if we can open it up. And I'll post the link to it. Definitely worth having a listen to, that one. That one's really good. I'll post it over here. There you go. Nip. On orbs. And Skinwalker. Camera, computer for gaming. I'm not really a gamer anymore, but certainly if you ask that question on Discord, our Discord group, you got Plex and a few other guys that were, well, we did have another guy that was into that sort of stuff, has left the channel because he got upset that I wasn't listening to him. But I had my reasons not to. But yeah, really, maximum memory, maximum cores you can get on a desktop would be the ideal gaming machine, wouldn't it? 32 upwards with the high spec NVIDIA card you can get, which is what, 3000 RX or whatever it's called at the moment. But you can get laptops with the same thing, but you want you probably want to get the same laptop I do, which is for streaming and doing the advanced stuff of multiple things on the screen at the same time. Which will set you back 5,000 New Zealand dollars at the moment, I think. Can't remember what it was called now, but it's on Discord somewhere. So yeah, just go and join our Discord group. It's in the pinned comment to our website, and you'll find the Discord link there, or the invite code if you want to do it that way. Normally just click the link if you're logged into Discord and it will add it on. But we did have some discussions, so if you search for gaming best laptop or whatever, you'll find it. Yeah, so we're still looking for those other pictures. He had a UFO in it, so I want to see if I can find it. Again, it's not on that comment thread, so I'm going to have to find it again. God knows where he posted it. At least he deleted the comment which he made, and I'll have to give up and finish this stream as it is. I'm pretty sure there's more UFO stuff to look at elsewhere, though. There always is. Oh, here it goes. I found it. By pure chance, I clicked on a random one, and it happened to be visible. I normally retweet it to my page, so next time I don't lose it. So what do you think of these batches of images? So he's got a similar one there we just looked at. So what do you reckon to that one? Looks like he reckons he aimed the camera up, and that's the UFO he caught. Here are some of the photos I recently taken when I feel the urge to go outside with my camera. Now, he hasn't given any details what type of camera, whether it's digital or film. No reason for me to embellish or fake. Why is there no reason? Brings him a lot of attention. There are just as the camera captured them. I have many, many more. So, yeah, what do you think of that one? And why would you just take a photograph? Why wouldn't you do a video? Looks like it's a 4.3 camera, I'm not sure. Do you believe that he's actually photographed a UFO there, or so it looks like a ceiling lamp reflection? Is he conning us? See, the only way to prove that he's taken those would have to have a locked off video camera or a tripod that's filming him taking these photographs, and have a timestamp on everything. I think that's the only way you could prove it if you're alone. So has it been cut in the editor? I don't know. And what the hell is that meant to be, guys? You tell me. So how would he do that with a camera? It looks like an alien head there. You could do that in Photoshop, as you've proven with the colour swap thing. It could be close up of a load of twigs, of course. And maybe shine different colour lights at it. To me, that's kind of really suspect. But that looks like a girl's face up here, doesn't it? Like mouth, nose, eyes, hairline, chin. Put a camera on long exposure with different colour lights going and swing it around. Have some sort of alien doll outside as well, swing it around. Just keep on going. Then eventually shut it off. Maybe that's one way of doing it. Looks very Greer-like to me, this one. Because he was faking them as well. Or someone on his team was, I should say. I try to take the best of photos I can. I don't try to duplicate or replicate these crazy ones that people are getting. But it would be a good trick, I guess. I suppose if you had the same camera make, it would be the thing. So what do you think of this one? You know, what do you reckon that one is? To me, it looks like long exposure again, right? Or some object that's either glowing or being lit up. But I really hate photos because we know you can use things like Photoshop. I'd rather see the video as well. Long exposure of a bug, maybe. A moth. With the torch or flashing off it. What do you reckon? Regular film, I haven't mucked around much with this. I've really only looked into the early digital sensors upwards. So film's not really my fancy, but I will do research and see if I can find people that can talk about Kodak or whatever and tell you the ways you can get double exposure with Kodak, instant cameras. And so then you know that can actually be done if someone else says they can do it by jabbing it with a bread knife or whatever. But yeah. But you can see how if he's putting these photographs up himself and also defending Dorothy Izatt, that he's doing similar stuff to what she was. And again, makes it to me more suspicious. Then he's using big names to back up him, that he wouldn't hoax or anything. Certainly a good way to get a big following, right? Especially if you're a scientist as well. That's sort of gone the deep side of things. Even looks like a parrot, that does from the back, doesn't it? Looks like a white cockatoo that's sort of been illuminated with a night vision camera and just snapped. So it kind of looks like the back of it here, and long feathers, and that's where its feet would be here, and its head and the beak. Could it be a bird sitting on a power line that he's taken there, and he's somehow illuminated it? So I don't know. Certainly makes a lot of claims anyway, and defends Dorothy, and I think you have to be brave to defend that woman, because if I'm correct in everything I'm saying, it sort of makes these so-called Heineck and all that look a bit silly, right? And they don't want that, of course. Anyway, you can find all that on my Twitter account if you want to. And I think we've thrashed that one to death. But I'm quite welcome to have him on an interview, and he can bring us more pictures, and then I can ask him the hard questions. Why hasn't he got cameras locked off him photographing UFOs? If he's got a feeling to go outside, set up a tripod, start filming, and it takes a few seconds, and then start snapping away with whatever camera you're using. I don't know. You'd have to see the whole process. The camera would have to be taken off him straight away and let someone else process it, of course. Because there's too many places where it can be swapped, mucked around with. Anyway, I suppose I should wrap up there. It's now 2 AM, witching hour. And I doubt anyone will watch this, but you never know. They might watch the first 15 minutes and go away like Plex does. Could be a million things. You're the same as me. But you won't call it a alien craft, I don't think. It would have to be a lot really decent footage, not just one frame from a camera, for me to believe that was a silver disc. So yeah, still keep critical, but we know things are real out there. We know we're not the only life, and we know the government do cover up and lie all the time, so you just have to look back, even in the last few days with the Ukraine propaganda and oops, we lost ads, virus, all the virus fakery that was been going on, and we don't still know what the truth is about it all. And whether it was China that released it from the lab on purpose or not, you know, and they deny it, and it seemed to work in favour of Biden getting elected and all that sort of business, so it's all kind of suspicious to me. So, yeah, I better wrap up and stop yapping. And process this and upload it elsewhere, and then I'll go to bed. Else I'll be up all day tomorrow. I mean, I'll be in bed all day tomorrow, not up all day. But I'll try and go to bed at 4 o'clock anyway. My usual time. One day we might get more subs, and more people from UK and Australia and New Zealand join in. There's got to be some late nighters out there that are interested in looking over UFO photographs and videos. And if you got fresh eyes, that's good. Yep, good night guys. Thanks for showing up at least. We lost Blue Chicken a long time ago, I think. Let's see if we get my parcels tomorrow then, or should show up this week anyway. And we better work on the next night watch. Maybe I even get it above the house. Depends if I get all the bits. It's coming in different parcels, that's the only problem.